Multi-platinum singing star Josh Groban first found his voice at the LA County High School for the Arts. Launched into the spotlight at age 17, Josh has become one of the most popular artists in the world, selling more than 25 million records and earning numerous award nominations. His accomplishments also include songwriting, music producing, and acting.
I know that the Los Angeles roots go back. My mom was born here, and my grandma lived here a very, very long time. I'm hoping to learn more about who were the relatives from my mom's side of my family who originally came to this country and why they came here.
Well, I have looked into their father's side of your family.
Right.
I've used records like wills and deeds and newspapers.
Named Jacob Christoph Zimmerman, arrival year to Pennsylvania, 1694. The primary immigrant, Maria Margaretha. What is a primary immigrant?
The words primary immigrant mean the head of the family immigrating together.
I see, okay. Zimmerman, here we are. Bietigheim, which of course is east of
You actually said that right.
Pforzheim in Württemberg. Okay, so help me dissect this.
It's one of the German-speaking states that eventually became part of modern-day Germany.
I had no clue that I was German. I had no clue. I learned for the first time today that I have German roots. You know, the more answers you get, the more questions you have. What happened to the Zimmermans back then? Something tells me that there was really a desperate need for them to make the journey they did. 1671. On February 22nd, Mr. M. Johann Jacob Zimmerman, deacon at Bietigheim, legitimate son of Mr. Matthias Zimmerman, citizen and hospital cooper, married Maria Margaretha. Okay, so we know he's a deacon. What was the religion?
Lutheran.
It was Lutheran.
They say this young man has well studied. He is a good preacher, and he and his family, they're holding themselves very well.
Okay.
And
Everything was lovely. Everything was wonderful.
Everything is wonderful in Bietigheim.
Yes.
And maybe we can have some more information for his education here.
Sure.
See here on the first lines that he spent in Tübingen 8 years.
So these are the schools. These are the schools, and how many years he was at each school.
Right. Before he was deacon.
Before he was a deacon. So, what is Tübingen?
And it's the only university of Württemberg.
Oh, that would be university.
Yeah.
So Tübingen University.
Yes.
To get his magister, he
Exactly.
would have had to spend 8 years there.
Normally 4 years are enough.
But he continued, so he was expanding upon his knowledge. So he was a real thinker as well as a believer.
We can have a look in our archives.
Yeah.
We have documents about all the students.
Oh yeah. Cool. I see musica, right? Musica en cura. Preceded.
Preceded. That means he instructs mathematics very exactly and supervises music with care.
It gives me chills. That's not just because it's cold down here. I'm so excited to know that he was passionate about music.
I have some other documents of the library of our university. It was a unity between religion and sciences.
Ah, I already see his name. I see his name in here. My God. He was mentioned by Newton. How would he have time to study the stars and also be a deacon? The thing that I'm suspicious of is that he seemed to really have his entire world made for him. What made him want to go to America and start new?
I have here a document that you might be interested in.
Most illustrious Duke, and the Duke would have been in Württemberg.
It would have been the Duke of Württemberg.
Württemberg, okay.
Yep.
I employ your high princely excellence in all submissiveness to spare me, my family, and my poor, heavily pregnant wife. What could have caused such tension? The comet from the north foretelling future calamities.
And you might know this comet as Halley's Comet.
This was Halley's Comet.
This is, in fact, Halley's Comet.
Wow.
Now he's putting down some predictions in writing.
Okay, so does he believe then, here's the comet, everybody duck and cover? He was crazy. If he obviously had these radical ideas.
Right.
Well, if this kind of material was found in his possession, what would be the consequence of that?
Well, the worst case scenario would have that they would have expelled him from the state.
From the state, not
Yes.
just the church. Wow.
But we don't know that this is what actually happened. We kind of lose track of him in Württemberg. He disappears as far as these documents are concerned. But this is a letter that we actually found in archives in St. Petersburg.
Okay. I recommend everything to the divine power. There's more than a tinge of hopelessness in this. So is he just, at this point, he's holding on so strongly to his beliefs and just hoping that it will keep him afloat? September 1693, Mr. Zimmermann died on his journey to Pennsylvania. So he would have been 50 years old when he died and was buried at Rotterdam. Do we know how he died?
No, we don't.
I and every friend tried to faithfully dissuade him. So they didn't want him to leave. Why leave? Was he really that desperate?
Pennsylvania, it was like a magnet for people who had unusual religious convictions because it was this safe haven.
Wow. I was fascinated by all that I learned today. He had everything to lose, truly. But he then saw this beacon of light in America, where the entire rest of my lineage is on that side of the family. I feel it's a sad story that he didn't make it there, but I feel that it's a triumph for the idea that one should believe what they believe at any cost.